As part of the Easter update, we of course got a brand new tournament. And this one is really hard, like really hard, but I am number 1 on my bracket. So today I'll be showing you guys my strategy, so you can hopefully get your hands on your own good tournament rewards. So I hope you enjoy the video or find it helpful. If you do, maybe leave a like or subscribe. But anyways, let's get into it. Okay, so for tournament number 8, here's the team that I run. I like to run a pretty basic loadout. We have Wukong to buff ability damage, Gojo for a nuke and his time stops, Wongling for his nuke and his rewinds, Madoka for a nuke, and of course double farm. It is a pretty cheap team. We don't really care about traits or enchants on anyone except for Gojo and our 2 farms. And then as far as souls go, feel free to take notes on the stats and everything here. We want to have ability reduction on Gojo, and of course range on everyone else and money buffing on our farms. And then for skill tree, we actually don't even have a skill tree on Madoka, but we do have a skill tree on every other damage unit, and it's going to be the standard crit and ranged. This team is pretty consistent. We don't rely on RNG for anything, not like Sukuna. And I did actually manage to get number 1 on my bracket with it. That is at least until I got past, and now I'm number 2. But hey, let me have my moment. Anyways, we're going to try again and try and get above 590. It can usually get around 580 to 590, so we're going to run it again and show you how I do it. Alright, so when you load in here, we're going to go look for the middle of the map. Should be a gazebo thing, and we'll throw down our idol right between the rocks and the pillar. So wave 1, idol goes down. Wave 2, Robin goes down somewhere in her range. And by wave 3 and 4, we're going to keep upgrading our farms. Wave 5 is when we actually place down a defending unit, which will be Gojo, and maybe even Wukong depending on your trades. So be ready by the end of wave 4, beginning of wave 5 to place down Gojo, and immediately upgrade him when you can. Boom, boom, and then upgrade idol. If you have a good enough Gojo, you'll be fine, but if you have a couple leaks, you might just need to place down a Wukong over here. No big deal, but depends on your traits again. Should be fine here. I throw down my Wukong right in this spot, right by the rock. Otherwise, you just throw him down over here and move him later. After we get all those units down, we start upgrading our idol again. Any extra money goes to our Robin. Wave 7 though, we upgrade our Gojo one more time to help with damage, and then keep farming. We get idol maxed out by wave 8. I'm going to throw my Wongling down to help out with his weekend. But we do have idol maxed out, we can get our ability on auto. And Gojo should be fine for these early waves. Once we max out Robin, we can really focus on upgrading Gojo, and we can get him to upgrade 7 preferably whenever we can. Once you get Gojo to upgrade 7, you want him to target last here, and you want to max him out. Pretty much just upgrade him when you can. Want to go for at least upgrade 10 for the huge spike in cost there. So I have him at upgrade 9 right now. I'm going to upgrade my Wukong. Get him to full AoE cripple, and then Wongling. Upgrade 4 and target weakest. If you want a little bit of extra damage, you can upgrade your Wukong here. I'm going to get mine to upgrade 6, but stop before 7. By wave 17 we max out our Gojo, but we don't want to nuke with him until around wave 19 to 21 depending on your traits on your Gojo, and maybe your Madoka if you need to use her. But right now we keep our ability for time stop on auto for Gojo, save our nuke until those later waves, and we should be fine for now. By the beginning of wave 18 we're going to switch our targeting on Gojo to first here, because we should have enough enemies get to his little corner, round the corner, and then he has to aim this way. Should get a nice line from that. And by wave 18, just to help with wave progression, we're actually going to place our Madoka. So depending on your trait, she can be very helpful. Might actually throw mine over here. We want her to cover as many enemies as you can. And we want to max her out, or at least try to. Get her to upgrade 10 and we're stopping there. She gets a little bit expensive, but pretty good DPS there. Now wave 19 is going to take me a while, but the time spent is worth it. If you can get an extra wave before Gojo nuking, you definitely want to. So I'm just going to take a bit. You don't actually run out of time in this tournament, you actually get a damage limit before then. So we should be fine, even if it takes forever. Here we go, wave 20. Once every enemy spawns in, we will Gojo nuke. $114, here we go. Gojo nuke going out. And then Wongling we want to upgrade. And get him to at least upgrade 9 for his World Rewind ability. Preferably though, upgrade 11 for his Reality Sword here. Because that's going to reset Gojo cooldown. And for now we should use World Rewind. Reset all the enemies back. So once everything spawns in again, we Gojo nuke and clear out more enemies here. This should wipe out maybe like half the HP off these 1.9 trillion guys, but Gojo nuke is just kind of chip them down. And we've already gotten most of the value you can get out of Gojo. So wave 25, I think we might hit the enemy limit here. Yep, 114. Okay, so we're going to Reality Sword on our Wongling, and then Gojo nuke, purple maximum EX right there. And that should be perfect. We can now max out our Madoka, and also our Wongling. So yeah, nothing budged there, 104, still above the enemy limit, kinda sad. But Madoka nuke has to be used here, I think. Doesn't look like anyone's low enough to die here, so You Shall Never Despair is being popped. There we go, we get 541. And we should actually kill more here. A couple more, I think. Looks like they're low enough to die. And we do also have one more upgrade we can get on Wukong. As long as you keep him upgrade 7, he's full AoE. But the final ability we have up our sleeve here to get to 570 to 580 is going to be Erase Existence on our Wongling. That will get us 30 more kills for free. Make sure Gojo can get some kills in here by targeting weakest, but not sure how many more we get. Might get like 5 more max, I think. You want to make sure that any weak enemies die before you pop Wongling nuke, otherwise it might be a waste on a kill. So once we're absolutely sure that everyone's dying here, 547, 549, 550. We might be able to keep going a little bit here. 551, 554, 556, looking good, looking good. 557. Looks like now we're out of kills here. Too much health on these guys, but that's fine. No, 558, there we go. Got one more. Not sure how low they are. Yeah, you want to make sure you're absolutely certain that there are no more low enemies before you pop Wongling ability, so it might be good now. 558, I think we're stuck there. Wongling, use World Rewind. Extra damage, why not? But, yeah, they're not budging. Okay, Erase Existence, here we go. We jump from 558 to 588. Perfect. And it looks like we're not killing these guys. 720 bill. Maybe we can do a little bit of moving units here and maybe wipe them out. Not feasible though. Maybe we just pure DPS it with Wongling, or sorry, Wukong. But either way, 588, pretty good run. You can easily get 590 with this strat, I think, maybe even 600. So not bad. Time is running out though. We do eventually run out of time, but yeah, 135 trillion, we weren't killing that anyway. Pretty good run. So the end result of that run was 588, which is actually pretty good. New record for now. I think eventually I can push to 590 at least, but it's pretty good. This strat is pretty consistent, no Sukuna RNG or anything. Hopefully it helps you guys out and get a high placement in the tournament. I'm not sure if I'm late to this or if I'm completely wrong and maybe there's a better method. This is just something I tried out after getting Madoka, and it worked for me. Anyways, thank you to my channel members for making this video possible. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next one. Have a great day.